Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are so happy to have you with us once again for our English Flash News edition. I'm Daniel Cook, your host, 6 days a week at 6 p.m., bringing you a translated version of the Albanian news in English. In today's news, the Democrats have once again been denied by the Constitutional Court after they requested that the recent changes made by the Socialist Party be overturned. The Constitutional Court has overruled the recent request of the Democratic Party that the changes to the law on the declaration of assets should be ruled unconstitutional. The Democrats have opposed the changes that were proposed by the majority, which according to them remove the president's power to nominate the leader of the High Inspectorate of the Declaration and Audit of Assets. Under the changes, that power would pass to the parliament. According to them, the changes are unconstitutional. They think that the government is attempting to seize control of all of the institutions. The draft was also rejected by the president of Albania, Bujar Nishani. He refused to decree this law, considering it to be unconstitutional. According to him, the law steals the president's powers. The Democrats have announced that they will take part in the justice reform, but only if the changes that have been made without them are repealed. The opposition says that they will return to the Justice Reform Commission only if all the new laws that have affected the judicial system are voided. The vice chairman of the Law Commission, Oerd Bulukbashi, says that a reform is needed that will serve the interest of the citizens, not a reform that serves the Prime Minister or the Assembly Speaker. According to Bulukbashi, the changes to the justice system laws are inconsistent with the independence that these institutions should have. The Democrat MP, Oerd Bulukbashi, thinks that the whole process got off to an incorrect start. According to him, political consensus, international expertise, and inclusiveness are all needed, but none of these things have been applied through these laws. The Democratic Party has once again blamed the government of Prime Minister Edi Rama for the high oil prices here in Albania. The Democratic MP Voltana Edemi says that the citizens are determined to protest against the high oil prices. Ademi presented a chart showing that the government imposes the highest taxes in all of Europe for a liter of oil. Once again, Ademi invited the citizens to protest on Monday at 11 o'clock. She asked the drivers to stop operating their vehicles for 5 entire minutes as a sign of protest against the high price of oil. The Socialist Party, of course, reacted to the Democratic accusations, saying that in their 8 years of governance, the Democratic Party doubled the oil price. The Socialist MP Bushati made this statement: "Anyone other than the Democratic Party can speak about oil prices. When they came to power, the Democratic Party found an oil price of 100 lek per liter, and after 8 years of government control, they left behind an oil price of 195 lek per liter. In 8 years, the Democrats never asked why the citizens of Albania have to pay more than the citizens of other countries," said Bushati. According to him, in less than 2 years of Socialist Party governance, the oil price has been reduced from 195 lek to only 160 lek per liter. He added that the oil price will continue to go down under their rule. The Alliance of Women's MPs gathered together today in order to discuss the issue of violence against women here in Albania. In the coming days, the Alliance will be introducing a national awareness campaign to raise the awareness of all the institutions about this problem. The MP Majlenda Bregu said that the violence against women has reached alarming figures in the recent years. She said that awareness must start with the men. She said, "We should all be aware that violence destroys the family. The women who are being abused need help. We have not been tough enough in the fight against violence in the family," said Bregu. Bregu added that 2 legal initiatives have been submitted to the Assembly. One of them demands the removal of degrading comments against women in the online media outlets. the Socialist MP Vasilika Husi proposed some legal changes with the goal of preventing this domestic violence. The chairwoman of the Women's MP Alliance, Mesila Doda, said that the approval of the new Code of Ethics is very important. President Nishani also expressed his support for the MP's initiative. In his statement, the president invited the women's MPs to a consultation meeting on violence in the family. The government is soon going to be launching a new initiative to fight the corruption that exists in Albania in the healthcare system. According to Prime Minister Edi Rama, this will mark the end of a system that is already crumbling. He said, "The balance over the healthcare system is the battle over the healthcare system is a fundamental battle for our government. It is a fundamental priority of our program of change. It is an effort that we will make despite the words of the cynics and those who point their fingers and charge us for things that were inherited from the past. 16 months have been too little to completely transform the healthcare system into a successful one, because it was a destroyed system when we took control of it. The changes to the healthcare system in the last 16 months have been real and significant," said Rama. Some investments are being made in Tirana University Hospital Center that are expected to reduce the flow of patients and increase the quality of service. For example, to avoid deaths and problems during the transportation of the sick, the hospital center and regional hospitals will be getting 20 new ambulances. The newest Aura News program will begin airing today. The show follows a somewhat different format than the traditional news broadcast and will be called the Unexposed. The program will be on the air every Thursday at 9 p.m. on the Aura News channel. The founder and presenter of this program, Mr. Uli Rakipi, explains the structure of this production. He says, "The Unexposed is an investigative program that starts today and will be on air every Thursday at 9 o'clock. The program will be divided into two parts. The first part will include extended coverage of a certain issue, and in the second part, there will be discussions on that issue. Different experts will be invited to the show depending on the issue that the program will investigate." He went on to say that the focus of this program will be the things we see but do not dare to say. The first episode of this program will be entitled "The Parliament of Crime or Punishment." The guests that have been invited to discuss the topic will be the journalists Andy Bushati and Mero Baze, and political scientists Afrim Krasniqi and Spartak Njela. There are plans to build 4 high-voltage towers in the historic area of Kuman, but the archaeologists are asking that this plan be stopped. Meanwhile, the Minister of Culture has issued a response to these concerns, explaining on her Facebook account that the medieval area will not be affected by the construction of the towers. The towers are part of the Albania-Kosovo interconnection project. The members of the Forum for Historical and Cultural Heritage have expressed concern that the placement of 4 high-voltage towers in the historic area of Kuman could irrevocably destroy the property. The archaeologists have asked the government to review a decision that was made by the National Council of Archaeology on December 12th of 2014. The decision was to preserve the historical integrity of the medieval area of Kuman. The archaeologists say that this decision must be taken into consideration. According to them, the Albania-Kosovo interconnection is not urgent, and therefore the situation should be approached carefully in order to protect the cultural heritage and the tourism of the area. That's all the news for today, ladies and gentlemen. We thank you for watching. We will be back again tomorrow at 6 p.m. with more Albanian news translated into English. Thanks and good night.